Hey there, good evening, everybody. How are you? It is good to see you. It is good to be seen by you. Welcome to all of my T-posing, aura farming, rizzed up gats out there from Ohio. I, of course, am the one and only Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you live, loud and clear on a Monday evening. But just because it's Monday doesn't mean that we're not going to have a good time. That does not mean that at all. So I hope you guys understand that. Where is the checkbox where I can add the comments? It's where's my little tick box? I want to add you guys to the stream. It's not showing up. Is it under style? Media assets, banners. Dang it. I don't like that at all. I want to be able to, I want you guys to be able to see that. Anyway, well, let's go down. St. Cuthbert, Joe Facetious, who's going snorkeling. Is that what they call it down there where you're at with your wife and her girlfriend? Very cool. I think we all enjoy a little bit of snorkeling every now and again. Michael Dale, Ptolemachus, Ion Farmer, Unto Excess, Great Old Ones, Guy of Frataloon, Camelot Gaming, good to see you, John Collins, Mark Hyde, Christopher Sackle, Mojo, oh dang, Bingo Man Zero, good to see you, Rabbit Day, hello, hi. I hope you guys are all doing well. And I am monitoring an ongoing situation, guys. This is important. I am currently monitoring a situation, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about this. But let me ask you a favor before I do that. Listen, if you're out there and you're watching this here live stream, oh my gosh, my live sign's not on. You guys don't know that I'm live unless I do this. If you haven't already, please do me a favor. Click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications, and you too can be part of this merry band of misfits that meets 5 nights a week, sometimes more, always bringing you the D&D and TTRPG shorts, doing the live streams, doing the longer form videos. Everything is going on. You will find out about it if you click the subscribe button and click the bell icon for notifications. Speaking of subscribing, currently, I have 8,994 subscribers. 8,994 of you people have elected to join. And I honestly, I don't even know what to say, guys. I don't even know what to say. It is so awesome the support you guys have shown for this. You know, it's just it's phenomenal. Like I looked today, like today it was like when I got up this morning it was like 8970 something, and I was like, yeah, I guess in the next couple of days it'll hit. But no, we are this close. So if you're out there, if you're on the bubble and you want to see something cool, tonight, get the channel over 9,000 subs and I'll show you guys something cool. But I'll tell you something else. A year ago right now, the roller coaster, the insanity of the open gaming license their screw up that Wizards of the Coast had gotten themselves into. They, because I was reporting on it, because you guys were watching it, literally overnight, my channel doubled the subscribers, which means it went to 3,000. But I tempered at 10,000. Will I qualify to be a 4th level Magic user? I will, Kyle, but I don't have the money to level. But I tempered my expectations. I managed my expectations, and I told myself, okay, it's 3,000. But it's still thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands away from 10,000 subscribers. Thousands and thousands and thousands. I didn't feel like I thought it was neat that the channel was blowing up that much, but I knew it was a ways off. Camelot Gaming, something's going to happen, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But I knew 10,000 subs was way off. Now, little did I know, in 2023, in January of 2023, almost exactly 3 years ago right now, little did I know that Wizards of the Coast would spend the entirety of 2023 and indeed into 2024 shooting themselves in the foot in the public arena over and over and over and over and over again. Nonstop. And when I would see stuff come on Kotaku, IO9, Dicebreaker, wargames.com, Twitter posts, EN World, you guys were emailing me headlines. I would do news reports on it, and stuff happened all the time. And I had people leaving comments, thank you for what you're doing. This is the only way I would have found out about this, because not everybody's terminally online like me. And so I stayed on top of it. Now, early last year, late 2024, early last year, I had a talk with Tim Imholt about this. I looked at what was selling on YouTube as far as TTRPGs, and I didn't want to become known as the guy who was ceaselessly toxic. And by that, I mean always pumping out the bad news. And I would have eaten some steamed broccoli tonight, JP, if I'd had some. Love broccoli. So I kind of shifted a little, and things slowed down as far as the subscriptions go. And plus, when you dig through to find it, it's like eventually you run out of stuff to find. You know, they tightened up, they clamped down. Our hobby fragmented and began to separate again into factions. And so, you know, if I had something to report, I would report, you know, good new stuff. Hi, Wheeling Dragon. Hello. I would report good new stuff. And generally speaking, it didn't have the same impact. That's fine. And so, you know, it kind of trickled off 1-2 subscriptions a day. And then I just started doing these YouTube shorts. And as of right now, 8,994. Over the last 3 years, I've gone from thousands and thousands and thousands of subs to reach 10,000 to 1,006. Probably by late tomorrow, I would estimate it will be hundreds of subs to get to 10,000. I never imagined that it would happen this quick. And we come to the statement made up the way by Camelot Gaming about 10,000. I don't know if you're hip to this, Camelot. When I hit 10,000 subs, that will put into motion a mechanism whereby I will start preparing a gaming convention, an in real life gaming convention, not the guac. I do the guac for you guys. I've been doing that since I hit 1,000 subs. An in real life, right here, right now in the United States, gaming convention here in Central Florida. Unlike guac, it won't be free. I wish it could be. But people that have venues, they want money for the use of their venues. So I'm close. I'm very, very, very close to that happening. And I am scared. I am honored. I've seen what I have friends, Eric Garland, Heidi Gygax Garland. They do EggCon. I went up there for EggCon 2. I'm going back for EggCon 3, but I was up there and I have not seen people as running around knees bent. Eric, man, that guy was contents under pressure. I don't mean that in a negative way, like the stuff was going on. I just mean he was doing a lot. They were both working their asses off, and that's what I've set up for myself. So if you want to see me fall apart in real time, then by all means, click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications. We are this close, guys. We are this close. In the space of 3 years, I went from, it's a decade away. There'd be days when my total subs for the day would be -1. Hell, I can go back to September or August, I can't remember which, when I was or before I started doing the streams. I over a week, 7-day period in September, I had a grand total of -1 subs. That was demoralizing. But when I would look up and I would see one more subscriber, or somebody would leave a comment, or somebody would pop into the live chat over there and say, "Oh man, I'm so glad I found your channel. I love it." That's why I do it. That's why I don't get demoralized. Is the 24-hour stream still on for sub day? Maybe. So what can I say, guys? What can I say? We're closing in on 10,000 subs. And to think that 2 months ago, I was in mid 7,000s, and now I'm about to break 9,000. It's just kind of mind blowing. So all I can say, guys, is hold on to your hats. The best is yet to come. It's got to get better than it is, right? So thank you all very much, and I hope that answered the question of I'm new here. What are you going to do when you hit 10,000 subs? An in real life gaming convention that you can attend. And one thing I can tell you is I won't have like guests of honor for a while, because let me explain something to you. My philosophy is, if I'm going to invite you to the con, if I'm going to say, other than just, hey guys, come to the con, if I'm going to reach out to you, let's say I reach out to Wheeling Dragon and I say, Wheeling Dragon, I would like to have you as a guest of honor at Guac 1. I want you to come down and I want you to run Labyrinth. I'd like you to do a little panel maybe and talk about the ins and outs of being a gamer with wheels, that sort of thing. I'm not going to then turn and say, good luck getting a flight. I'll try and put you up at the Holiday Inn Express. I'm going to put some effort into getting you here and putting you up someplace and making sure you're feted and taken care of. Not feted, fated. Yeah, guest list for Guac 1, Mrs. the Dungeon Delver. Because I got a place for her to stay. If Guac 1 is a resounding success and I can bank that and set aside a rainy day fund and then bring somebody in, we'll have a guest for Guac 2. You're all honorable guests. I got to be honest. I got to be 110% honest with you. If you said, if you said to me, Bill, I will give you the money right now for one person, wherever they are, regardless of who they are, but one person and one person only. You can't say it'll cost this much, so can I split that in half and then get two people who are closer? One person, it would be my co-host, Kyle Schuhant. The only reason that the show, I want to be very careful about how I break my arm patting myself on the back here, is as good as it is largely because of Kyle. The summer of 22, early summer of 22, I was kind of in a nadir, not a nader. That's the guy who got the Vega taken off the road, or the Corvair. Anyway, I just, he inspired me. He gave me a lot of the oomph to do a better show, to be better. How bad would it be without Kyle? I know, mind blown, right? So yeah, that Kyle would be on the short list of guests that I would want to get here. Anyway, before I start getting sappy, we had a great week last week, guys. We had a lot of fun. Friday night, I used mind powers to drag RH Snow onto the show on late Friday night, and that was a lot of fun. We got to see her baby goat. If you missed that show, if you missed the live stream, guys, it's over on the channel. You can go back and watch it. It was so much fun. RH Snow plus baby goats was just wonderful. She had her little baby goat. Stephen Kennedy, good to see you. Oi! Ziki Zaki, oi, oi, oi. Yes, we were nerds who stared at goats. And yes, we got to see her baby goat for a while. And the discussion was a lot of fun. We didn't do a lot of gaming last week. This week, that's going to change. Reborn Blue Haze has arrived just in time. Good to see you. I need my button back. I need to be able to show the... teleprompter? Oh, there's a teleprompter doohickey. Sounds, more music, video clips, overlays, banners. Is it under banners? No. More Gamma World, more Hyperborea. So here's the thing. We're playing first edition AD&D tomorrow night. You guys can come and watch if you want to do that. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how we play games around here in just a second. Now, normally I would say, and then we're going to play Kyle's game, but Kyle is on, well, I mean, he's always on dad duty, but the kids are home right now. Apparently they go back in February. And say, okay, well, we'll find something to do on Wednesday, which we will. But what about Friday, Bill? That's Gamma World night. Well, we have concluded Gamma World for the time being, but Friday I will be in Pennsylvania. I will be at page 3. Page 3. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. America. Good evening. Now you know the rest of the story. So God made a dungeon master. No, I will be at Page, Philadelphia Area Gamers Expo or Gaming Expo. Apparently working at the con. That is apparent. I thought, okay, well, they're going to bring me up here and I'll do a panel or something. But no, I guess I'm voluntolding at the con. So that is what I'll be doing. I mean, I'll have free time. Is not like they're gonna, here's your yellow shirt, walk around the floor and make sure nobody's stealing from the vendors or anything like that. But I'll be doing some live streams for them while I'm up there. And Pennsylvania, no, it's where Penn Jillette lives, actually, Joe Facetious. I don't know what SylvCon is, though. I don't have any control over a SylvCon on 2XS. So when I get back, it's just me going. When I get back next week from Philly, next Friday will be the grand announcement of what we're going to play. I already have in my mind what it's going to be. There's some time between now and then for me to decide, but right now it's looking like one particular thing. So I'm excited about that, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a little different. No hints, Mark. So I hope you guys will want to tune in on Fridays. So we have AD&D Tuesday, open Wednesday. I will not be here Thursday, nor Friday, nor Saturday, nor Sunday. I will, as time permits, I will have little live streams that I can do. What I found out at Guac, it's a food-related convention name. You guys have got to cut me some slack, okay? What I found out at EggCon, was that I can actually do a pretty good mobile studio with just my phone and my micro laptop convertible. It's a little Dell or Asus laptop mini sort of thing, entirely unsuitable for any kind of gaming, but it works as sort of a mobile studio-ish. 99% of it is through the phone. The phone is way more powerful. It's like a 16 core phone with with just gobs of memory compared to my poor little tablet. But the poor little tablet enables me to see you guys to see you guys comments. And plus from the tablet, I can start and stop. I'm going to have like the credits built into StreamYard so I can start and stop properly and so on. Let's see. Reborn Blue Haze says, your shorts have gotten me back into my favorite hobby in a big way. I'm currently prepping for my best friends this weekend. They get to be morally vague Jedi in our homebrew setting. Excellent, man. I'm so glad. See, that's what I love to hear. That's what I love to hear. I love to hear that you guys are that what I'm doing is getting people at the gaming table. You know, if you say to me, yeah, I'd watch your live streams, but because of your live streams and because of the shorts, I've now got I've now got 3 gaming groups, 1 DMing, 2 attending or whatever. That makes me the happiest. That makes me the happiest. All I ask is your subscription. And you know what's funny is I have to mention the subscriptions thing a little bit. If you don't know how YouTube metrics work and you don't care how YouTube metrics work, this may be just will Cheetos be one of our con sponsors? No. I doubt ConAgra will have much to do with the Delver's Dungeon, but yeah, so this might just seem like pie in the sky, but the more people who see YouTube videos, the better it is. The more eyes you get on your stuff. And you have to upload your video at exactly the right moment. 10 minutes earlier, 10 minutes later, you're out of window and your video just doesn't catch. It just doesn't pick up any traction. And so today, let me see, where is it? Where's the content button? Okay. Yesterday's videos. I do 3 a day. If you're not seeing 3 a day, well, thank you, YouTube. But yesterday's videos did 1,147, 1,733, and 1,326 views each. For me, that's okay. Not great, not terrible. But to jump back to the day before yesterday, Gary, the little video I did about Gary's talking about new classes he created, as of right now, that has gotten over 10,000 views. TSR screwing up things with Random House, 8,000, almost 9,000 views. Now, I thought for sure the secret D&D Origin of Doom video would be an absolute banger. That yesterday, I was just like, I was keyed up for that to be the video. I was like, Gary's classes that we never got to see, the Random House thing, the secret origin of D&D, or the secret origin of Doom. That's going to be the one that resonates with people, because people who play Doom are going to see it, because I'm going to hashtag it. It's going to be huge. 1,049 views. It only just got over today. So today's videos that I uploaded, I started at noon. The first Gen Con wasn't what you think. 512 views. The DM screen art had a secret origin, 854. The interesting history of armor class, 688. Now you might think, Bill, you're bitching, but I'm not, because in spite of that, hey, David Montgomery. David Montgomery is never late nor early. He arrives exactly when he means to. Odd Scimitar, way too busy. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a minute too. In spite of the fact that today's videos on views, I'm not directing this at anybody but me, because I didn't upload them at the right time. The titles just aren't resonating. The hashtags aren't trending. Today, despite the fact that today's videos numbers are dog shit, the number of subscribers I've gotten today is the biggest it's been in a couple of weeks. That's what matters, is people looking at the channel so we can communicate. So I can say, hey, did you guys know you can still play first edition AD&D? The books are right here. Let me tell you about how cool it is. That's the thing that matters. Remdog, good to see you. So none of that is any kind of shade I'm throwing at anybody. Orbital Air says, trying to predict views, it will never work. Correct. Correct. That is absolutely, absolutement correct. Little Shop of Horus, good to see you. But I like hanging out with you guys regardless. Now, who was it that asked me? I want to make sure I get the Odd asked me, how was my holiday season? Okay, I want to preface this by saying it was good and terrible. I loved it. Okay. I mean, me and Mrs. the Dungeon Delver just gushed about it. You guys have seen the gargantuan Frazetta book that I got. I'm surrounded by some of the swag. I have the Gates of Moria book stand over here. I've got the Green Dragon Inn sign, which works for Greyhawk or Lord of the Rings. Isn't that cool? I got a briefcase, a Star Wars briefcase. I'm taking up to Philly with me to have books and so forth in. I have I have so many cool things that I got for Christmas. They were fantastic. I spent time with my family. I had so much fun shopping, decorating, cooking and eating, seeing friends. But yeah, Kyle Johnson, you're absolutely correct. It was beautiful and terrible. Or to quote Bob from Bob's Burgers, Bob Belcher, guys, I love you, but you're all terrible. You're all just terrible. Remdog, I got the Taschen Frazetta book. I got the engine block sized Taschen Frazetta book. You can just see it right there. And yes, I kept the cardboard box. It's staying in there. So yeah, I got the Taschen Frazetta book. So I never rested during Christmas. And I was talking to my daughter about this. I never did the, you know what? It's Wednesday. It's 11 o'clock on Wednesday in the afternoon or in the evening. Doesn't matter. It's December something the somethingth. I'm going to go out in the den. I'm going to put on Santa Claus is Coming to Town or A Christmas Story. I'm going to sit back on the couch. I'm going to bask in the glow of our Christmas tree, the decorations around me, and just enjoy none of that. I was constantly busy. Take care, Reborn Blue Haze. Yeah, Kyle, that book could probably stop a 22 round. I wouldn't want to put it to the test and mess up my book. It might mess me up. Woo, Todd, that's awesome. But you guys might remember, those of you who are fans of them, there were shorts that went up on Christmas Day and on New Year's Day. I was constantly working. And I hated it. That's awesome, Camelot. I did not get to sit and appreciate Christmas as much as I wanted to. Leaving the house, going out to the grocery store to pick stuff up, wearing my Santa hat, listening to Christmas music in the car was more Christmassy to me than being here at the house. Because when I would come in here, I'd be like, crap, I got to upload 3 shorts. I got to upload the Advent Dice video. I'm not doing that next year. Everything will be racked and stacked by mid-November. Everything will be racked and stacked. The week after Thanksgiving, when I say, love you all, take care of yourselves, good night, and roll the credits, that'll be the last time I touch my studio gear until the first week of January 2027. That's it. That is what I have decided. Everything will be slotted to auto upload onto YouTube. Remdog, I am getting huge traction with the shorts. Today's were kind of down, but I'm still sitting at 80,000. Wouldn't that be nice? 8,994 subscribers. That may be where it kind of levels off for the day because we're into the supper hour and stuff like that. So, yeah, next year December is, you got to make sure that I'm driving the car and the car isn't driving me. Absolutely. Am I working for the channel or is the channel working for me? And this year, I worked for the channel. I was doing shorts 3 times a day. I was doing the Advent Dice video, which sometimes there are a couple of them that technically, if you're on the East Coast, you didn't see them until after midnight of the day that they were supposed to be on. And it just, what was supposed to be, just shut all this stuff off. Studio lamps, cameras, everything. Not even look over here unless I was coming through the door and had to not trip over stuff. Was just, it didn't happen. I did shorts every day. I did Dice Advent every day. I did 5 live stream, guest on 2, 3 myself. But what led me to make the shorts, Kyle, you bring that up. What led me to make the shorts in early October, I looked at how the channel growth was not happening. And I said, well, let me try these YouTube shorts. Because I knew that, like last year, I know last year we're talking about 2025, 2024, channel growth is a flat line. You don't feed YouTube, YouTube doesn't bother with you. And even though you might not lose any subs, and maybe even you gain a couple just on inertia, YouTube puts you in a hole. So I was like, what can I do to keep people's interest peaked that I don't have to live stream? So I started making the shorts. And they were successful beyond my wildest imagination. And so here we are. So I now have a tool whereby when December of next year rolls around, you guys will see me, you guys will hear me, and yet I can still relax. And that's worth its weight in gold, guys. So that's what's going to happen. And I know you, I know all of you guys. I know my core folks. And you know, I'm going to be bold and say that's all 8,994 of you. I know my core folks have got my back. I'm not even a little bit worried about that. It's YouTube putting a knife in my back. So that was my holiday season. Now that we're back, I want to talk a little bit about. I want to talk a little bit about the live play, because I know some of you guys out there, maybe Remdog, maybe you're one of these people, but or Little Shop of Horus. Maybe, you know, when I say we're going to play D&D and you're thinking, oh, okay, so you're kind of going for a Critical Role, Acquisitions Incorporated. You're kind of doing like that. And the answer is yes, but no, not at all. Are there any OSR RPG personalities I would like to meet? Absolutely. Mike Mornard. I want to get Mike Mornard on the show. There's a bunch that I want to get back on the show. But definitely Mike. There's a lot of guys out there I want to have back on the show. But no, I've met Frank before, Mark. I've had dealings with Frank before. Ich bin ein Grognard, yes. Ja. Ja, eine Grognard ist gut, ja? So, yeah, so our games, we play AD&D. The fact that there's a camera turned on is ancillary to the fact that we play AD&D. I'm just going to say it. The Critical Role crowd, they're good at what they do. They're acting. They are pretending to play D&D or whatever game they're playing at any given moment. They are pretending. We do not do table reads. We do not do script writing sessions. We do not do rehearsals. We don't have plot arcs. There is no contrivance here. We could start playing tomorrow night, and 5 minutes in, TPK. Because that's the way the dice went. And the dice will fall where they may. I don't plan to do TPKs. I don't plan to not do TPKs. The world evolves as it goes. If the players make bad decisions that lead to their characters' deaths, that's what happens. And I will not change a single scintilla of how I do that. I'm not going to do it. The game that we play is as close to you going down to your FLGS and watching some old neckbeards or young neckbeards play AD&D as I can make it. I want it to be an educational experience. I want you guys to, whether you've played the game we're playing or not, if you have questions, I want all of you who have those questions to put those questions in the chat. If it won't disrupt my game to the point where it's going to come to a slamming halt, I will answer your questions. I want you to learn from what we do, especially in AD&D, because, guys, I want more people to play AD&D because I love first edition AD&D. First edition AD&D is where the black magic is. It's like Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath. It's copied in bits and pieces here and whole swaths there, but nothing has brought it together like first edition AD&D. It is the D&D of demons on the covers of the books, of drow torture parlors, of the naked chicks in the illustrations. It's the D&D that dares you to take a bite of the apple and see eternity. It's the D&D written in high Gygaxian. It is the D&D of the real world of Greyhawk setting, Gary's Greyhawk setting, not just something written by a revolving door of authors who didn't really care about it and they got it as a writing assignment. It's the D&D of Against the Giants, of White Plume Mountain, of Tomb of Horrors, of the Slavers modules. It's the D&D where if you screw up, your character will die. No save or take damage. It's the D&D where Gary told of assassins and half-orcs, because Gary told us orcs are fecund, and then we went to the Webster's Dictionary to find out what fecund meant. It's where the black magic is and will be forevermore. And that is the D&D that I want people to play and love. You say Wolf Mother to me, I say Led Zeppelin to you. You say Greta Van Fleet to me, I say yes to you, as in the band, yes. Remdog says, with a question, and this is a good question, why do 40K fanatics not play early editions when it was satire? Because they don't understand it. And even Games Workshop doesn't understand it anymore. There was a canonical character. Okay, so let me pump the brakes for a second. Thank you, Mojo. Let me pump the brakes for a second and tell you a little something about 40K. Rogue Trader Book 1, Warhammer 40,000. That's a mouthful. Was intended as the first volume. Think of it as the player's handbook of, now get ready for this, a role-playing game. If you have a copy of Rogue Trader, leaf through it. Individual character models or individual models on the table are referred to as characters. You had character stat blocks. You even had quasi rules for advancing characters rather. It was intended to be a role-playing game. It was intended to be a very British role-playing game, a very ironic, tongue-in-cheek role-playing game, because a canonical NPC was named like Kwai Chang Caine, Obi-Wan, Sherlock, Doctor Who, Kenobi, or something like that. I'm serious. His character is statted up as an example Rogue Trader character in the back of that book. And at some point, even the people who wrote that overdosed on edgelord pills. And we wound up with a game that now takes itself far too seriously. And the so-called people who know Don Juan Obi-Wan Clouseau. Thank you, Kyle. Donder Moose. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Yeah, Blood Bowl was 40K canon. Let's get some Hawkmoon in these music comparisons. I don't know Hawkmoon well enough. They just they just decided Grimdark was better, you know. I mean, they said in the early books, like, hey, the planets you're fighting these wars on and stuff, yeah, they're bad. Yeah, billions of people will die in combat on a daily basis. But this is a thin stretch of the galaxy. You're out there on the fringes of the galaxy, holding back the darkness. And that battle line just shrank and shrank and shrank. And it became the point where every Imperial world is a hell world. This is not the are we the real bad guys argument. This is it was Warhammer 40,000. It was Rogue Trader Warhammer 40,000. But seriously, look at the lore now. Look at the state of the lore. You are literally better off living as a servant race to the Tau than living in the Imperium of Man. Oh, but the Tau will brainwash you, and they might even sterilize you. Anyway, so someone asked, Odd said, do I have any recommended playlists to listen to while playing AD&D? Not really. And the reason why is mute, like loud music. Here's my okay. So maybe the Conan the Barbarian soundtrack, but like to me, Led Zeppelin is peak. But there's just going to be tracks that don't fit, or you want the tracks to fit, but they're way shorter than the Encounter is. So it's like, do I want to replay that? Because, you know, we've gone from, you know, my shuffled mix, we've gone from you know, Immigrant Song to Brawny Hour Stomp. And it just kind of lets the air out of things. I would have to say, yeah, they stated Birmingham as a dystopian nightmare. So I would say just grab the full Conan the Barbarian soundtrack and have that going. You're gonna hit peak during a fight. The Lord of the Rings soundtracks are okay, but they're a little too. I guess maybe if you're playing Dragonlance or Forgotten Realms that are a little bit more light and airy, the Lord of the Rings soundtrack might suit you. So yeah, that's just kind of how I. Oh, Excalibur soundtrack, good call, Damien. Get that O Fortuna going. No Celine Dion unless you want real world violence. Just an odd duck. Of course, you know what you could do is get that one. Is teach yourself some Casio keyboard and get that one damn. There's a Dragonlance module that has sheet music in it. The Willow soundtrack. You know, I don't remember anything that pops into my head as particularly memorable about the Willow soundtrack, which is not a patch on it. I'm not saying therefore it's bad. Just that's interesting. I don't. I'll have to. I will have to give it a listen. I'm sure it's all up on the YouTubes. That sounds like a command, Rem Dog. Conan, Orf von Williams. Like go, you know, do away with him. Bo Hassan released a really good acid rock album based on Lord of the Rings. Wow, very cool. Yeah, Skyrim can be okay, but everybody wants to hear Dragonborn, right? Or Sovngarde. Everything else is just kind of like roaming around. You know, for dungeon crawls, you know what's really, really good is Quake, the original Quake, the soundtrack by 9 Inch Nails. It's just this horrible, ambient, creepy, unsettling music. No, not Lady Hawk. I love the film Lady Hawk. I think it's wonderful. It's one of my favorite movies. I just can't with that soundtrack, man. Newt Evanstrup Haugen, Age of Conan composer. Thank you, David. Now, this is so obscure that I think this is going to fly past a lot of you guys. But the soundtrack album to Full Metal Jacket has 4 or 5 ambient synth pieces that you would call ambient industrial now. They were done by Kubrick's daughter performing under the pseudonym Abigail Mead. But if you've seen Full Metal Jacket, not you know, Surfing Bird, Chapel of Love, you know, the poppy 60s R&B stuff. Paris Island, Sniper, Ruins, those are just three of the tracks on that album. Go listen to those on YouTube. That stuff is, if you know the original Quake soundtrack, you can interleave those tracks in with it, and it's the same vibe. It's the same vibe. I want to be able to point you guys at this. Let me see. I was big into soundtracks in the 90s. Let me see. Yeah, it's on you can pick it up on Amazon. Streaming or but yeah. You have a soundtrack list. Okay, so the tracks are Transition, Paris Island, Ruins, Leonard, Attack, Time Suspended, and Sniper. Basically, tracks 9 through 15 are worth having. And there's some pretty good period music. Hello Vietnam by Johnny Wright, Chapel of Love by Dixie Cubs, Wooly Bully, Sam Sham and the Pharaohs, I Like It Like That by Chris Kenner, These Boots Are Made for Walking, Nancy Sinatra, Surfing Bird by the Trashmen. And that's, yeah. That is absolutely worth grabbing for those even if you just buy the MP3 version for those 6 tracks by his daughter, Kubrick's daughter. Ambient industrial, good stuff. Unrelated that melody and that is correct. The Orgy is the track it's called. Now the track that precedes it, The Kitchen, is just a variation on Dies Irae, apparently, which is fine. You know what? Also, it took me years to find out, but let's see. Let me see if I can. But if you want to know, the lyrics to The Kitchen in English are as follows: Give food to Hephaestus, go to him, to the oracle responsible for everything, to the beautiful deep hell of the servants of doom, to stinking hell, to the beautiful deep hell, stinking doom. Stinking hell, give food, suffer, go to him, to Hephaestus, through the deep doom, through the beautiful deep hell, through the beautiful hell, responsible for all doom. Beautiful deep hell, servants of doom, to the deep doom. Give food, suffer, go to him, to Hephaestus, through the deep doom. So that's what you're hearing, the chant in Latin. My Latin is atrocious. I'm not going to attempt to do that. But if you want to, thank you for hanging out, David Montgomery. Peace to you, my friend. Take care. Right there in chat is the link if you guys want if you want to sing along while you're listening to The Kitchen. you can do that. So does anyone else have any other questions? Any other questions? I will do my level best to answer them for you. Tomorrow night, first edition AD&D right here. We've got the group back in. Oh, I wanted to talk to you guys about that a little bit. Somebody, first of all, Kyle Johnson. Kyle, are you on the Discord? I think you are. I do believe you are. Mozart chair piece worthy single look my but no, all kidding aside, Kyle, I did see your message earlier. Just shoot me a Discord message. We'll talk. But yeah, so we are actually going to be back with new players. Doom's had to retire from the stream. Tim, work has just taken Tim away, and for health reasons, Kevin has stepped away, and we wish him the best in the world. So we have a couple of newcomers. Yang and Zhao will be joining us, and we might have another play. I hope we do, but I'll keep you guys pointed on that as situations evolve. So I'm going to get out of here, guys. I actually have a game tonight, not live streamed here. I'm joining some friends online for some first edition AD&D, but guys, thank you for stopping by. And I was hoping I got something that's going to happen. Let's see. And let me just do a refresh there. Yeah, we're still holding at 8,994. I hope to see that go over that number so that we go from having 1,000 and change to hundreds of subs left to happen. So thank you for hanging out, everybody. Patricia Benjamin, it was good to see you. North of the Rockies, Wheeling Dragon. I am really sad that they took my put everybody's chat on the screen button away. I quite liked it, and I don't know why they did that. I don't like that at all. So anyway, I will talk to you all later. Love you all. Be good to each other. And remember, look, regardless of whether I saw your comments in the ticker or you know, whatever you did, just know that in the end, you will all probably be eaten by an owl bear. Peace. Good night. Love you all.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.